What if 4 old wheat pennies could tell a story worth following all the way to the auction room? Today, we're uncovering 4 fascinating Lincoln cents connected with a combined featured value of $603.85. Each one has a different look, a different history, and a different mystery that collectors love to investigate. From unusual surfaces to historic mint issues, these coins have survived for generations. Which one stands out the most? You'll have to stay until the very end to find out. This is Rare USA Mint X, and every day we uncover another hidden chapter of America's coin collecting history. The first coin in today's countdown might not look extraordinary at first glance, and that's exactly what makes it fascinating. This is a 1946 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark. At a quick glance, many people would simply call it an old penny and move on. Collectors know better. The year 1946 marked an important moment in American history. The Second World War had ended, and the United States was entering a new era. Millions of Lincoln wheat pennies were struck to support a growing economy, carrying with them a small piece of that historic period. Every surviving coin from that year has traveled through decades of American life. A missing mint mark on a 1946 wheat penny means it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not use a mint mark on Lincoln cents during that era. While many Philadelphia pennies exist, collectors still pay close attention to condition, eye appeal, and unusual characteristics. This particular example has a light brown appearance with dark green spots visible on both the obverse and reverse. Those green areas can form from long-term copper oxidation and environmental exposure. Many collectors enjoy coins that have developed distinctive natural surfaces over time because every pattern tells a different story of storage and survival. The extra fine condition adds another level of interest. In this grade, much of the original design detail remains visible. Lincoln's portrait still shows strong definition, and the wheat ears on the reverse display clear lines that many heavily circulated examples have lost forever. Better preserved coins naturally attract more attention from specialists seeking quality examples. Another reason collectors study 1946 wheat pennies carefully is the possibility of overlooked varieties and striking differences. Sharp lettering, attractive detail, original surfaces, and unusual features can make a coin stand out from the thousands of others produced that year. Experienced hobbyists always recommend examining the date, lettering, rims, and overall strike quality before making a judgment. The history behind this coin creates an emotional connection for many collectors. Imagine this penny changing hands during the late 1940s, passing through businesses, family pockets, and everyday American life before finally being rediscovered decades later. Every mark and every bit of color represents part of that journey. For collectors, patience is one of the greatest tools. Never clean an old wheat penny, because cleaning can damage the original surfaces and reduce collector appeal. Store coins safely, handle them by the edges, and compare them with trusted reference guides when looking for unusual features. Now comes the moment everyone has been waiting for. For the specific example described in today's feature, the reported market value being discussed is $124.85. Actual sale prices for coins depend on authentication, grading, rarity, variety attribution, and auction demand. So collectors should always seek professional evaluation before assuming a coin carries a particular premium. That's what makes coin collecting so exciting. An old penny is never just an old penny until its story has been uncovered. Sometimes history, preservation, and collector interest combine to create a remarkable discovery that keeps the hobby alive for new generations. And this is only our first coin. The next hidden treasure in today's countdown takes the mystery to another level, so stay with Rare USA Mint X, because we bring fresh coin discoveries and collector stories every single day. As we move deeper into today's countdown, the mystery only grows stronger. The next coin is one that many people could easily overlook because of its dark, aged appearance. But seasoned collectors know that some of the most fascinating wheat pennies are the ones that wear their history proudly. This is the 1936 Lincoln wheat penny with no mint mark, featuring a dark black antique look and minor green spots across both the obverse and reverse, preserved in fine condition. At first glance, it may seem like an ordinary old cent, but its long journey through American history gives it a character that modern coins simply cannot match. The year 1936 was an important chapter in the United States. The nation was recovering from the Great Depression, and every penny represented real purchasing power for American families. Coins from this period circulated through grocery stores, factories, farms, and neighborhoods across the country. A surviving wheat penny from 1936 carries a silent witness to that remarkable era. Every scratch, every shade of color, and every mark on the surface tells part of a story that has lasted for nearly a century. One of the most talked about features of this coin is its missing mint mark. For collectors, this means it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which did not place a mint mark on Lincoln cents during that period. Philadelphia issues are closely studied because collectors carefully examine them for strong strikes, unusual varieties, and attractive original surfaces. Even after decades, enthusiasts continue searching through old collections, hoping to discover a hidden gem. The dark black antique appearance of this wheat penny gives it a dramatic personality. Copper naturally changes over time, and decades of circulation and storage can create unique tones that make every surviving piece different. The minor green spots found on both sides of this coin are signs of long-term copper oxidation. Many experienced collectors appreciate naturally aged surfaces because they provide evidence that the coin has not been artificially altered. Original character often adds to the fascination of an old wheat penny. Although this example is graded in fine condition, it still displays many of the important details that collectors want to see. Lincoln's portrait remains visible. The lettering can still be clearly identified, and the famous wheat ears on the reverse continue to show their classic design. A coin that has survived generations while retaining its essential details becomes an exciting historical artifact as much as a collectible. Collectors also pay close attention to 1936 wheat pennies because of the possibility of overlooked varieties and die characteristics. Careful examination of the date, lettering, rims, and strike quality can reveal interesting differences between examples. Coin enthusiasts enjoy comparing these details because every small variation can lead to a better understanding of the minting process during the 1936. Perhaps the most exciting part of owning a coin like this is imagining its incredible journey. This penny may have passed through countless hands before finding a safe place in a collection. It could have traveled through busy city streets, quiet rural towns, family businesses, and historic moments in American life. Holding a coin like this is like holding a small piece of living history that has survived almost 90 years. For collectors, protecting old coins is always important. Never polish or clean a wheat penny because original surfaces are highly valued in the hobby. Handle coins by their edges, keep them in protective holders, and study them carefully under good lighting to appreciate their natural details and historic character. Now for the reveal that everyone has been waiting for. The featured example in today's video is associated with a reported market value of $198. Hundredth actual selling prices depend on professional authentication, grading, rarity, specific varieties, and auction demand. So collectors should always have important coins examined by experts before assigning premium values. That is what makes the hunt for wheat pennies so exciting. A small copper coin from 1936 can carry history, mystery, and collector interest that continues to captivate generations of enthusiasts. The deeper we go into today's countdown, the more surprising these hidden treasures become. And don't forget to subscribe to Rare USA Mint X, where fresh coin discoveries, collector stories, and fascinating pieces of American numismatic history are featured every single day. Stay tuned, because coin number 3 is about to reveal another incredible chapter in the world of hidden wheat penny treasures. As today's countdown continues, we're stepping into another remarkable chapter of wheat penny history. The next coin is one that could easily blend into an old family collection, yet its appearance immediately catches the eye of collectors who appreciate vintage American coinage. This is the 1937 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark, displaying a striking red copper appearance with natural green spots across both the obverse and reverse, preserved in almost fine condition. Its unique combination of color, age, and history makes it a conversation piece for enthusiasts who enjoy uncovering forgotten treasures. The year 1937 was a fascinating time in the United States. America was steadily recovering from the hardships of the Great Depression, and millions of Lincoln wheat pennies were part of everyday life. These small copper coins passed through local businesses, busy markets, train stations, and family homes. Every surviving 1937 wheat penny has witnessed decades of history, making it much more than a simple 1-cent piece. For many collectors, holding one is like holding a tiny artifact from another era. One of the first things collectors notice is the missing mint mark. This indicates that the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not place mint marks on Lincoln cents during that period. Philadelphia wheat pennies have long been studied because collectors enjoy comparing their strikes, surfaces, and individual characteristics. Even coins from large mintages can become fascinating when they survive with distinctive features and natural originality. The warm red appearance of this coin gives it a special charm. Copper develops different shades over time, depending on how it was stored and circulated. The remaining reddish color reflects part of the coin's original copper beauty, while the green spots visible on both sides tell a story of decades of natural aging and environmental exposure. Many hobbyists appreciate these original surfaces because they make every surviving piece unique. No two naturally aged wheat pennies develop exactly the same character. Although this example is described as almost fine condition, many important details of the classic Lincoln wheat penny design remain visible. Abraham Lincoln's portrait can still be recognized with its defining features, while the famous wheat ears on the reverse continue to represent the iconic design that collectors have admired for generations. The coin's honest wear reflects a long life in circulation and adds to its historical appeal. Collectors are especially interested in studying 1937 wheat pennies because small differences can create exciting discoveries. Careful examination of the date, lettering, rims, and strike quality can reveal interesting characteristics. Experienced collectors often recommend checking old wheat pennies under proper lighting because details overlooked at first glance can become much more noticeable. The story behind this coin is perhaps its greatest attraction. Imagine this penny leaving the Philadelphia Mint in 1937 and beginning a journey through American history. It may have traveled through small-town shops, busy city streets, family savings jars, and countless pockets before finally reaching a collector's hands. Every mark and every change in color reflects a part of that incredible journey through time. For anyone interested in collecting wheat pennies, patience and preservation are essential. Never clean an old copper coin, as original surfaces are highly valued by collectors. Hold the coin only by its edges, store it safely in protective holders, and carefully study its details. Building knowledge about Lincoln cents can make every discovery even more rewarding. Now comes the moment that keeps collectors watching until the very end. The featured example discussed in today's video is associated with a reported market value of $184. Actual realized prices can vary depending on authentication, grading, specific varieties, rarity factors, and auction demand, which is why professional evaluation is always recommended for potentially valuable coins. The excitement surrounding wheat pennies comes from their ability to surprise collectors year after year. A small copper coin from 1937 can carry nearly a century of American history while continuing to inspire curiosity and appreciation among enthusiasts. Every old penny has a story, and sometimes that story turns an ordinary-looking coin into a remarkable collectible. The adventure isn't over yet. One final wheat penny remains in today's countdown, and it could deliver the biggest surprise of all. Stay with Rare USA Mint X for fresh daily coin discoveries, hidden collector stories, and fascinating pieces of American numismatic history that continue to capture the imagination of collectors across the country. We finally reached the last coin in today's countdown, and if you've stayed with Rare USA Mint X this far, you're about to uncover a wheat penny that combines history, mystery, and collector fascination into one remarkable story. This is the 1957 Lincoln wheat penny with a D mint mark, featuring a light brown appearance, a distinctive dark antique spot on the reverse, and preserved in extra fine condition. At first glance, many people would simply see an old penny from the 1950s, but experienced collectors know that every wheat penny deserves a closer look because its journey through history can be just as exciting as its design. The year 1957 was one of the final chapters for the famous Lincoln wheat penny series. America was entering a new era of technology and economic growth, yet these classic copper coins continued to circulate through everyday life. Families carried them in their pockets, children saved them in jars, and businesses counted them by the handful. Little did anyone know that decades later, collectors would still be searching for well-preserved examples to complete their collections and study the history they represent. One of the first details that stands out is the D mint mark, showing that this coin was struck at the Denver Mint. Denver-produced wheat pennies have long been popular among collectors, and enthusiasts often examine them carefully for strong strikes, attractive surfaces, and interesting die characteristics. The Denver Mint played a major role in producing coinage for the growing American economy, and every surviving example tells a small part of that larger story. The light brown color of this wheat penny gives it the warm appearance that many copper collectors enjoy. Over many decades, copper naturally changes as it reacts with its environment, creating different shades and patterns. The dark antique spot visible on the reverse side adds another layer of individuality. Natural toning and age-related features often become part of a coin's personality, making every surviving piece slightly different from the next. The extra fine condition makes this example especially enjoyable to study. Abraham Lincoln's portrait retains strong details. Much of the lettering remains bold, and the famous wheat ears on the reverse continue to display the classic design that made this series one of America's most beloved coins. A coin that has survived nearly 70 years while preserving so much of its original character naturally captures the attention of collectors who appreciate historic United States coinage. Another reason collectors remain interested in 1,957 wheat pennies is that the final years of the wheat series continue to attract new hobbyists. Many people begin their coin collecting journey by searching through old family collections for Lincoln cents from the 1,950 cess. Every discovery encourages collectors to learn more about mint marks, preservation, and the fascinating history behind American coin production. Imagine the incredible path this penny may have taken. It would have traveled through busy stores, family businesses, neighborhood markets, and countless pockets before finding a safe place in a collection. Through changing generations and changing times, this small copper coin survived to become a reminder of an important period in American history. For many collectors, that connection to the past is one of the greatest rewards of the hobby. Before building a wheat penny collection, always remember that proper care is important. Avoid cleaning old coins because original surfaces are highly appreciated by collectors. Store them in protective holders, handle them carefully by the edges, and examine them under good lighting to appreciate their natural details and historic beauty. Now comes the final reveal for today's countdown. The featured example discussed in this video is associated with a reported market value of $96. Actual selling prices can vary based on authentication, grading, specific varieties, rarity factors, and auction demand, making professional evaluation an important step for any potentially valuable coin. And with that, we've reached the end of today's incredible wheat penny adventure. From historic Philadelphia issues to this fascinating Denver Mint survivor, every coin in today's collection has carried a unique story across generations. That's the magic of coin collecting. You never know when an old piece of American history will capture the imagination of collectors once again. Thank you for joining today's treasure hunt on Rare USA Mint X. If you enjoyed uncovering these hidden wheat penny stories, make sure to like this video, share it with fellow collectors, and subscribe because our channel brings fresh coin discoveries, collector insights, and exciting pieces of American numismatic history every single day. Until the next adventure, keep searching, keep learning, and never underestimate the story that an old wheat penny might have to tell.